Joe, you have
Website.
disappeared audio-wise. There you go. There you go. How much rain did you get over there last night, Joe?
Got a lot of rain, dude. Not gonna lie, man. It seemed like it rained for a little bit. It
Yeah.
stopped. All right, seemed like everything was cool. All right, cool. I woke up like at 3 something in the morning, dude. Boom! Like thunder shook the whole house. I was like, what the heck is going on here?
Now,
And-
Alex texted me that his neighborhood, my old neighborhood, got 2.5 inches of rain last night.
Yeah, dude. When it came down late last or early in the morning, it came down hard, man. It was raining. I woke up and it was still raining. I had to go pick up my niece, right? Still raining, thundering. It barely stopped when I was driving on the way back home. You know, it's like, okay, got a little break in the rain there. They
Now,
said
the good thing about it being rainy right now. By the way, I'm not used to it being this chilly in May
in May, yeah.
in Texas, right? But I got to bust out the brand new hoodies. Joe, my brand new Spurs hoodie. So the TJ Maxx over here in Conroe has a very big Spurs selection. And I bought these on clearance. They had the tags on them and everything. Woke up, it was chilly, took my dog to the vet. It was raining. Got the hoodie on.
There you go.
It's nice. I got about 4 hoodies that I got that are all Spurs.
And what did we say, Mike? We said
brand new.
yesterday, who was going to win, the Wolves or the Nuggets? And we said, I said, I believe that the Wolves will win. They should win.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the better team will win. Right? Ultimately, the better team won. It was not the Nuggets.
Dude, I tell you what, man. That shattering of glass that you heard was the window closing on the Denver Nuggets. They're done. And Jokic to the B, dude.
Yeah.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a post-Fiesta Friday. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. My name is Mike Jimenez. Joe Garcia is back in the 210, manning the ship over there. We now know who the Spurs are going to play in the second round. Minnesota Timberwolves, baby. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Uh-huh.
Remember when the season ended, Joe?
Yeah.
It was that thing about the Spurs. They should take out the Denver Nuggets the last game of the season because that would push them to the other side of the bracket, right? They couldn't beat a beaten-up Minnesota Timberwolves squad to save their lives last night, falling in Minnesota. And now the T-Wolves are coming to San Antonio for a best-of-7 series. Spurs have home court advantage. And I'm looking at this series thinking to myself, my God, Joe, I cannot see how in any realm of possibility, aside from injury, that the Spurs lose the series. We are Western Conference Finals bound. The confidence level, we're going to have that temperature check with fans today. Poll at MJ Acquired Taste on Twitter. But, Joe, let me ask you this, Joe. You thought you were one of the few, so I'm not going to say that it was a Joe Stradamus prediction.
Come on.
But you had a little bit higher of a confidence level in Minnesota pulling this off last night without Anthony Edwards, without Dante DiVincenzo. And then Ayo goes down with an injury. Now, he didn't play last night. So what was it, Joe? Because we were watching that game last night thinking to ourselves, the wheels are going to fall off. Denver is tight enough, close enough in the game. They're going to pull it out in the fourth quarter. They're within 3 points with 5 minutes to go in the game. Murray couldn't make a 3 to save his life.
No.
And how did they pull it off? And should Spurs fans be worried that this T-Wolves team, as scrappy as they are, beat a Denver team that won the title a couple of years ago?
You know what it was, Mike? And I hate to say this, but it's the truth, the God honest truth. You look and see what happened with the Denver Nuggets right in their decline. What it boiled down to at the end of the day is that Denver can't play defense. They just couldn't play defense. They couldn't stop the Timberwolves, right? And you have this roster with the Denver Nuggets, which on paper should have beaten the Timberwolves, right? They're a championship caliber roster, right?
Right.
They just couldn't get it done. And the reason they couldn't get it done is they couldn't play defense. They couldn't get the stops. They couldn't stop Minnesota. And ultimately, the better team won. Minnesota outplayed the Denver Nuggets. And you got to look at this and be like, you know what? This is the end for the Denver Nuggets. That window that they had is ultimately shut, shattered, whatever. They need to go ahead and retool and reboot, hit the reboot button because this team is done. Whether that means you let the Joker go and go elsewhere and you go ahead and get some picks and rebuild the team, maybe that's something that they have to do because you look at this roster right now and this ain't it. What are they built for right now, Mike? To go ahead and have a decent run in the regular season, but they can't go far in the playoffs? That's not going to work. And you can't go ahead and put the blame on the coach. Ultimately, it's the execution that happened with the players out there on the court. They really didn't have it, man. They didn't have that magic, and they couldn't get the stops when they needed to.
The game was ripe for the taking last night.
It was.
It was ripe for the taking. T-Wolves led at halftime, but it's a 48-minute game. And when it got down to 4 or 5 minutes to go in the game, I said, here we go. Here we go, baby. Championship teams, the better team wins a 4 out of 7 series, right? So obviously Minnesota's the better team because they won 4 out of 7, right? Mm-hmm. And I know Denver had missing players, and they had Aaron Gordon out with an injury or hobbling with an injury. And then, but on their side, they were missing their star player, Anthony Edwards, and their starting shooting guard, Dante DiVincenzo. So Denver has no excuse, and I know that Denver's defense sucks compared to other teams, but man, it's not like Minnesota. I'm sorry, the Timberwolves, rather. It's not like they lit it up. They scored 119 points in their wins, 113, 112, and last night 110.
Just couldn't get stops.
The Spurs routinely get 120 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Does Minnesota have enough offensive firepower, to keep up with the Spurs in a 7-game series? Because I don't see it. And I hate to be that Spurs fan who's very, very, very confident, because that's kind of weird. This is a team that won its first playoff series in 9 years a couple of days ago. It's a team that hadn't been in playoffs in 7 years. Yeah. And for me to be a Spurs fan looking at what's coming around the bend, thinking to myself, there's no way the Spurs lose this 7-game series. No way at all. Not against now, if it was a healthy Anthony Edwards and DiVincenzo and Ayo and all those guys, I could see a realm of possibility of Minnesota coming out and taking it to the Spurs. Possible, right? Anthony Edwards goes off for 50 points, goes off for 47. Possible. But am I being overconfident as a Spurs fan, thinking to myself, if Anthony Edwards is not going to be there the first 2 games, Shams Charania of ESPN reporting this morning that Anthony Edwards will miss game 1 at the very least, and more than likely miss game 2 as well.
Yeah, we'll see him in game 3 more than likely.
That being said, am I being overconfident as a Spurs fan?
No, you're not being overconfident, because really at the end of the day, what it is the Spurs play a better caliber of defense than the Nuggets did. Nuggets couldn't stop anything. Spurs are different. They're built different, right? They're a different animal out there. And I think that's what's going to happen with Denver. The Spurs are going to be able to make it harder for them to get up shots. It's going to be them shooting ill-advised, 3-pointers or taking horrible shots, mid-range jumpers. They're highly defended by the San Antonio Spurs, and Castle and Harper and Carter, Bryant. You got Wemby in the paint. You got Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. You got a different caliber of team that you have to go up against. Is it going to get chippy? Is it going to get physical? It's to be expected. It's the second round. Every round is going to be more intense, right? So you would expect that out of the get-go, Mike, that Denver's only thing that they can really do with the San Antonio Spurs is try to play bully ball, right? Get physical, try to push them, try to get them out of sorts, get in their heads early, and try to get them upset and start making stupid fouls and get chippy with it. That's probably what Denver's going to play into. But ultimately, San Antonio is going to be even killed. They know that they're better. They're going to just go ahead and play their caliber of basketball. And I see this series going like another gentleman's sweep, Mike. Spurs.
Yeah.
It's Spurs in 5. Spurs in 5.
Yeah, like Shay, Spurs in 5.
Yeah.
No, Jaden McDaniels is going to be key for the T-Wolves, because McDaniels is somebody who got under the skin of Nikola Jokic time and time again. Who would have known that Nikola Jokic was that much of a B? Yeah. I mean, come on, man. He again yesterday, I know he got shoved from behind, but the whole thing where he's trying to bully people, like he's going to go out there and throw a punch.
He
Like
ain't
like
doing
like
that.
his brothers, the goons in the stands,
Yeah.
are gonna throw a punch. Dude, I would love to get a punch from one of the Jokic brothers, and the amount of money that I would get off of that, right? But they're pretending like they're gonna be goons out there, and Jokic afterwards just being petty. It's unbecoming. I never realized how much of a sore loser Nikola Jokic was, but they made the finals last 2 years ago, won the finals. They were in the conference finals
Stop the
back-to-back
cap.
years.
Sorry, hit the button by mistake.
Back-to-back years, they made the conference finals, and they're out in the first round. After the game, Jokic was asked, "Is the window closed?" And he
Yeah.
goes, "Do you have to retool?" And he goes, "Dude, look at it. We can't even get out of the first round." He realizes that the window has closed the way that they're built right now, even if
Is he-
Aaron Gordon was healthy.
Is he going to be the captain on the Titanic going down with the ship? You know?
Well, and that's the thing, because we do have a super chat coming on in from Sam Salinas. Let's go ahead and get to that. Here comes the money.
Here comes the money.
There we go. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Sam Salinas. We appreciate the support.
So he says, sign Joker. He can be next year's goofy white guy on the team. 2027 champs. Hit us with an Edgar, Mike. With an Edgar, Mike. Nice. Joe's pick, he says. Very nice.
Oh, God. Hit us with the Edgar.
Let's see. What do we got here? So
Let me see what we got.
which animation are we going to show him?
Oh, I understand. I know which one he wants. The infamous one, Mike. Come
Oh,
on.
the ole, ole, ole. Ole, 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 ole. You stupid. Stupid. Well, let's look at Nikola Jokic's contract, because, one of the things about the NBA is that free agents, like the big name free agents, don't do that anymore. It used to be just wait for the contract to expire, and then they're going to go off someplace and make a big splash someplace, right? Like LeBron James going to Miami or whatever the case may be, like something like that, right? But normally players want to have the ability to sign a 3 or 4 year deal before the expiration of their current contract, right? They want to have the peace of mind, the security that the guaranteed money is going to be there. Nikola Jokic is going to make $59 million next year for the Denver Nuggets at age 31. After next season, theoretically, you could say he's in a contract year, right? Because he has a player option the year after that, and if he takes that player option for $62 million, he then becomes an unrestricted free agent the year after that. So that's a potentially expiring deal for the Denver Nuggets. That's going to loom large, no different than Giannis with Milwaukee Bucks right now.
Yeah.
If Jokic has a player option, that means he could bounce if he wanted to.
Yeah. Mike, we do have an incoming chat from your sister.
Oh, let's hear it.
There it is.
Go ahead and read it for me, please.
Says Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. She says, say what you will about this generation, but there is a beast behind this swag. He goes, these young guys have urgency and they're having fun with it. He goes, she says, Poodle Spurs.
Okay, I like it. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Joanne. Calling it the beast behind it all. We called it yesterday arrogance.
Yeah.
Call it the beast. Call it arrogance if you want.
Oh,
It is what it is. But
hey, what's wrong with being arrogant and having that swag about you? You know?
We're not used to that as Spurs fans.
No.
We're used to the stoic Tim Duncan.
No, but you
We're-
got
we're,
Wemby
we're used to
in
the,
the arena.
the military-esque Admiral David Robinson. We're used
Or
to
was
Tony
Tim Duncan
Parker.
walking
we're
in the
used to
Jinkos. Walking in the Jinkos.
We're not used to the Spurs coming into game one of a series all dressed in matching suits. We're not
Hey,
used
they
to them
needed-
wearing cowboy hats
They
for
need to do
Colin
that
Johnson.
again. They need to do that again for game one, right? All come in their suits that was gifted to them, you know?
Joe, are you excited that the first game of the second round may actually be on Star Wars Day, May the 4th?
Hey, I'm not against it. That'd be pretty cool. Can you imagine having the intro music again be like years past, where they used to have introduced the Spurs to the Empire music? Dun, 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 dun. The
Okay.
Darth Vader walk, because they were looked upon as what? The dirty
Evil
players,
Empire?
the bad team, the bad guys. Bring that back. Bring it back.
We used to do that for the Jazz back in the day
Oh,
when
yeah, dude. Karl
mailman
Malone.
Karl Malone and John Stockton would come into town. Hornacek would be like,
That was the
bam,
dirtiest
bam,
duo
bam,
in the
bam.
NBA, man. John Stockton, he would step on people's feet. He would hold their shorts when they were trying to jump. Remember one time there was a highlight somewhere where I believe John Stockton was holding somebody's shorts and the guy jumped to get a rebound and he was bare ass. Remember that?
So right now we're enjoying the time and space right now where the Spurs are the NBA darlings. Because it seems like people are on the Spurs bandwagon
Yeah.
nationwide, and we're not used to that. We're used to being, hey, no one wants the Spurs to go. They're the small market team. Let's cheer for the Lakers. Let's cheer for the Knicks. Let's cheer for the Celtics, right? By the way, the Celtics losing last night, getting their asses handed to them by the Sixers. That series going to a game 7.
Who would have thought?
The 3 games that the Celtics have won, they've won by double digits. The 3 that they've lost by double digits.
Mike, if it's going to game 7 and the Celtics lose, they deserve to lose because you know what? They are the better team, right?
Low key, they're not. Low key, they're not.
saying.
They're the better shooters. Low key, the better team might actually be Maxey, Edgecombe, and PG and Embiid. It's like that Sixers squad.
Yeah, they're scrappy. They're scrappy.
They got talent, baby. They got
Yeah.
talent.
We got some incoming super chats that we got to address here, so let's go ahead and show them.
Money talks.
Here comes the money.
And this is a $1.99 incoming super chat from Jason Garcia. Thank you, Jason. Here you go, Mike.
He goes, may we get a moment of silence for the Atlanta Hawks? Oh
Dude,
my god,
that got ugly quick.
let me get my Sarah McLachlan on. In the arms of an angel, fly away from here. They were down 50 midway through the second quarter, and we're down by 60 at some point. And then 2 players got ejected because one of the Hawks players got offended. I think it was Dyson Daniels.
Yeah,
got offended by being down by 50, started elbowing people during the free throw attempts.
what was the score at one time, Mike? Was it like 86 to like 38 or something like that?
No, it was 79-29 at one point in the game.
Jeez, bro.
I think he got to 60 at some point. It's the 3rd worst loss ever in NBA playoff history at 51 points. Brutal. That was bad.
We got another incoming super chat.
Money talks.
Here comes the money.
And this is from Eddie the Great watching us from YouTube. Thank you for
Eddie!
the $2 super chat.
Happy birthday, my man. He says, here's to 42.
Yeah.
It'd be
Can
good
I get
year,
a
my
beat
man.
it?
It'd be a good year.
All right. You sure can. And happy birthday to you, man. You, like Jason says, he made another successful trip around the sun.
That's right.
So give him the old man grito.
Por presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
And there you
That
go.
old man's been through a lot, man.
That grito has a lot of pain in it, Mike.
Hey, we have Yashkara in the house right now. Blessings from Mexico, he says. Man, thanks for watching
Yeah.
from across the border. Very, very nice. Everyone hit the like button, by the way. We're going for about an hour and a half. We're sponsored by PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. Tonight, there's 3 more elimination games on the docket. Pistons at Magic, the early game on Prime Video at 6 p.m. Orlando favorite is up 3-2 in that series, but Detroit favored by 4.5 points. Is the 1 seed going down in the first round, Joe?
Possibly.
Cade's back, but they're not the same. Cavaliers are trying to close out the Raptors tonight. That's going to be a 6:30 tip-off. Also on Amazon Prime Video, Cleveland favored by 4.5 points. See, the Pistons and Cleveland Cavaliers are favored as road teams. Tonight, though, in Houston in the 7-1-3, the Houston Rockets trying to force a game 7 against the LA Lakers. Can you imagine if the Rockets bounce back after being down 3-0 and beat the Lakers in the series? Who would have the most amount of pressure on them in a game 7? Would it be the Lakers or would it be the Rockets in a game 7?
It would absolutely be the Lakers because the Lakers were heavily favored to win this series, right? Because you look at them and they're like, well, the Lakers have a better squad right now because why? They have a point guard, and that was the biggest argument. Houston should lose because they have no point guard. They don't have KD. But you know what they've been able to do? They've been able to find ways to win despite having no point guard, despite having no KD out there. And if they upset the Lakers, man, you got to look at the Lakers team and be like, what a joke. After all that, what a joke, man. Because the Lakers, what do they have, Mike? They're not very deep. They only got a starting 5, and beyond that, nothing.
I mean, the leader of that team is a 41-year-old LeBron James.
Oh, Father Time caught up with him, man. Come on.
I mean, he's still a good facilitator. He's still somebody who can get 8 to 10 assists. I mean, that's the over-under tonight for him, according to DraftKings. It's like 7.5 assists. He needs to go out there and get 28, 12, and 8 in order for the Lakers to have a chance tonight. But it's kind of scary for the Lakers right now because, again, the Lakers won the first 3 games, both games at home. Then they stole game 3 in overtime. That they literally stole that game.
Yeah.
That's right there where you might have some confidence level for the Rockets. They're down 3-2. They should be up 3-2. They can look across the court and go, we're better than that team. And the whole conventional wisdom of you're down 3-0, teams don't bounce back from that. It's never happened, or it's only happened a couple of times.
Yeah, never in NBA history has it says a team has come back from being
But
down
why
3-0.
but why not? Why not this time? Is what I'm
Right?
saying.
Why not?
Against a team that doesn't have Luka Doncic, against a team who Austin Reeves is coming off the bench. I mean, it's not like, and I hate to say it this way, the Lakers are any good. The Rockets are just as good as the Lakers and may actually have better talent on the court. May not have a point guard, may not have Kevin Durant, but Amen Thompson's a good player. Smith's a good player. Alperen Şengün is a facilitator. He's an all-star himself. Reed Shepherd can light it up from time to time. I mean, I'm fully expecting this to go to Game 7.
You're gonna go to
And
the
can
Rockets game if they in fact go to Game 7?
Why would I go to a Rockets game? I'm not going to spend
You're
any
on
money
road?
or a dime on going to a Rockets game unless the Spurs are on the other side of the court.
Because they're always making fun of you. They're like Mike's low key's a Rockets fan. That's what.
And it's
they-
funny because Chica brings it up every once in a while because she doesn't understand my hatred for the Houston Rockets or for the
wow.
LA Lakers. Like both of these teams, these are the 2 teams I hate the most. Which I'm glad that's why they're playing each other because one of them's going to be knocked out. There are 4 teams that I hate, 5 teams that I hate in sports.
Yeah.
I hate the Lakers, the Rockets, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Those are the 5. And you know what? To be honest with you, the Yankees, I mean, I've gone to Yankee games and I've enjoyed my time over there. And I'm a fan for a day.
Yeah.
But man, I hate those teams in Major League Baseball that just spend more than everybody else by like 5 times. It just pisses me off.
Look, we got an incoming super chat that I think is pretty damn funny, and I got to get it ready to roll over here on my end too, because I think this is hilarious.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
So thank you, Fake Killer, for the 199 super chat. He says, "Y'all ready for this, Mike?" So without further ado, we got to bring out your favorite song.
Total domination.
Where is it? Where is it?
Y'all ready for this?
And what do you do, Mike, when they play that music? You roll your eyes.
By the way, Chris Gonzalez nailed it. He nailed it. He says spirit fingers. That's where I came up with the whole prepare for total domination, which is a reference to the movie Bring It On back in the day.
Oh my God, dude.
The
that
teen
is so-
comedy classic from the early 2000s.
I could see you. I could see you in the arena. As soon as they start playing that music, you're like, I'm ready for this. And you're like,
I mean, in 95 and 96, it was all good, Twilight Zone, all that stuff. But 2026, no. But you want to talk about music? Last night, watching the end of the game between the T-Wolves and the Denver Nuggets last night. They're playing in Minneapolis, right?
yeah.
Who's the musician that you think of when it comes to Minneapolis?
Oh,
Who lived in Paisley Park?
wasn't it Prince?
It was Prince.
Yeah.
So as they were pulling away with the lead in the last 2 minutes, they were going to timeout. Did you notice that they were playing 1999 by Prince? They were going to party like it's 1999, dude.
No Raspberry Beret.
I love Raspberry Beret. Dude. I love Prince. Prince is one of my 5 favorite artists of all time. But I was there thinking to myself, that is perfect. And I got me thinking about what is the San Antonio equivalent? Is it Selena Quintanilla?
Yo,
I
no,
mean,
you all ready for this?
I mean, I know Selena Quintanilla belongs to Corpus, but
Oh,
also
my God.
she belongs to San Antonio as well. Is that our version? Is it Stevie Ray Vaughan? who is our version of Prince? George Strait?
It'd be Raulito and Emilio.
Well, there you go. There you go. But it was so funny to be hearing that. And like I was thinking about other cities, like, if you're the Brooklyn Nets, wouldn't that be BIG? Wouldn't that be Biggie?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was funny, but so I was excited to hear Prince's music at the end of the game because the crowd's all singing along to it. Awesome. Chris Gonzalez and Freddie Fender. Nice.
Oh my God, dude.
All right. So we have a poll on Twitter at MJ Acquire Taste. And I put this on last night asking the question to Spurs fans. How worried are you about the Minnesota Timberwolves in this upcoming series?
Are you
the
worried?
Three options were very worried, a little worried, not worried at all. We had 45 people vote on this overnight.
All right. Let's go ahead and show it here. What are the latest?
And right now, you going to vote for it?
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. It is now tied at 46% each. Not at all, and a little worried. Very worried, just at 9%.
Mhm.
And then up
worried.
there, you see the video from Shams Charania on Get Up coming out and saying that Anthony Edwards with his knee injury. What was it? It was a bone bruise and a hyperextension of the knee?
Yeah, it was a bone bruise and a hyperextension of the knee. So if anybody's ever had a bone bruise, it's pretty damn painful. I'm not going to lie. That's the bones crunching together, right? So you get a bone bruise. And then to top it all off, he has to do with the hyperextension. How is he going to come back and even
He's
play
not
in
going to
game
be able
three?
to.
Like in game
Well,
three.
They fit Wendy in his box. He looks good, dude. Wendy got a haircut and everything.
No, bro, they zoomed out on that brother, bro. Because as soon as they zoom in on him, he a big boy. He a big boy. No lie, man. But you're looking good, Wendy. He's looking good. He's looking good, Wendy.
So Shams is saying that soundbite, by the way, it's too short of a soundbite, but he was basically saying that the injury at a minimum is 2 weeks recovery time. Minimum. And if you come back after just 2 weeks, you're not going to be 100%.
Yeah.
And he's only 1 week into the injury, which means that more than likely he'll miss games 1 and 2. And when he does come back, might not be 100% healthy. DiVincenzo out for the year with his injury. Ayo didn't play last night. That's another injury. So they're a depleted team. And one thing I'll say about the Spurs, though, is how do you prepare for a team that you've never seen their lineups for?
Yeah.
Because last night we saw players come out of the woodwork and win this game against the Denver Nuggets. It would be the equivalent of the Spurs having a ton of injuries, and it's Carter Bryant and I don't know, Lindy Waters going out there and lighting him up for 20 some odd points. And people are like, do we even have tape on this guy?
Yeah.
That's kind of the equivalent of it all. And last night, T-Wolves beat the Nuggets 110-98. They got a season high 32 points from Jaden McDaniels. And then some dude named Terrence Shannon, 25-year-old, 6'6" guard, coming on in, a backup to the backup, coming on in. For the season, averaged 5 points a game. Last night, played 35 minutes, scored 24 points and 6 rebounds. How do you go against somebody who you've never seen play? Or rarely seen play.
Look at Eddie the Great. Joe, what's Denver's name? Gone. They're gone.
Jason Garcia saying the return of Slow-Mo, another player who was missing because of an injury yesterday.
Look
Kyle
at this.
Anderson.
They were talking about the music, right? And right now it's San Antonio.
Yeah. It's how we roll. Okay, first of all, we're going to have to kill that song, Joe. Did you see that interview on KSAT 12 the other day?
It was horrible, bro. It was horrible, man.
Do you know why she's in prison?
Why?
Trafficking a minor for sex.
Oh, man.
I think that song should end and the Spurs shouldn't sing it anymore. I mean,
They had
now
it
that
in the arena.
Now that we know that this is going on
Yeah.
and that she's been in prison for the past decade, Chica saw that interview and said hey, she's trying to get some sympathy from people because she's there saying, hey, man, I belong in here. I did wrong. I need to serve my time and all that stuff. And she goes, that's her looking to be paroled. When the time comes, you want to come out sounding like you are remorseful of it all.
I do like this comment though by Eddie the Great. He's saying the song for San Antonio should be the Shawn Michaels intro music. And every time, this is what I laugh about. When you go to the barber, Mike, and you get faded up, right? You
Yeah,
come
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Nobody hypes you up more than your own boys, right? Like your friends, your male friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And mira este, you know, and they start, look at this dude, you know, like, and this is the song you come out to when you get faded out of the barber, right? And you're walking out and you feeling fresh and everything.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the move.
That's that Shawn Michaels intro music, bro.
You know what? I wasn't a big wrestling fan growing up.
Oh
I
my
mean, I
God.
did in middle school. I'm assuming that came out when I was in high school or so, like the
Yeah.
90s. I would have been a fan of that. That's great, Joe. That's fantastic music. Hey, I was driving with Chica the other day, and this was a couple days ago, and the song "Hearts on Fire" came on from Rocky IV.
Oh God, dude.
And I
Where they're
told
running
Chica-
down the beach.
well, no, that's not that one. It's when they're in the mountains in Moscow, right? Out in Russia. And he's there, you know,
Working out with the bag of rocks.
with a bag of rocks, with a wheelbarrow. He's wheelbarrowing 4 people, you know,
And the mule, he has that thing that they put on the horses.
yeah.
Oh God, dude.
So
With the KGB running after him. Remember when he's out there jogging? Oh, God,
exactly. Hearts on Fire, a song by John Cafferty, by the way, from 1985. And I was telling Chica, I was like, this song makes every guy want to work out. Like I felt like getting out of the truck, giving her the keys, and saying, babe, I'm just gonna jog the rest of the way home. That's the way I felt when I hear that song. And the other one, Joe, I was on the flight to California last week, and Highway to the Danger Zone came on because I was watching Top Gun,
dude. Oh God,
a
dude.
movie that I've seen many times.
Kenny Loggins, yeah.
Dude, that's another song that just pumps me up, man. Just
Dun, 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 dun.
stick the steroids in me already, man. I want to go lifting.
Oh,
It's
come on, Mike.
Dude, there's nothing like 1980s like hype songs, right? And they're so white. I mean, there's no rhythm to it all. It's just adrenaline music. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
say white in the most respectful way possible because Kenny Loggins and John Cafferty, their music, like Kenny Loggins is a yacht rock legend, in fact, and I love Kenny Loggins. But there's no soul to it, you know.
Yeah.
Hearts on Fire is just a workout song. It's amazing. Jason
It's the
Garcia
beats
reached
per
out to
minute.
us.
It's the beats per minute. Make you burn those calories, dude.
Yeah. Jason Garcia says, if he dies, he
If
dies.
he dies, he dies.
Chris Gonzalez says, when Jimenez gets ready to dance, he hears Footloose.
Oh,
You know what, Joe?
God,
If I was
no.
still on Sports Star, we were doing those movie reviews of movies I've never seen. I've never seen Footloose.
You've never, come on, Mike. No.
I've never seen Footloose. I mean, I know the basic gist of the movie.
Yeah.
He's from the big city going to the small town, and they don't allow dancing, and you know he's gonna dance. He's gonna dance, right? Because he needs to let the emotion out. I understand that the gist of the movie. Never seen it, but I've seen a lot of the videos. I guess he's
They even have a remake.
dancing in a barn by himself.
Yeah, they even did a remake of that movie.
Well, at least Kevin Bacon can dance. I mean, Kevin Bacon is pretty. I like Kevin Bacon. Like Kevin Bacon. I don't know if I want to watch a movie of him where he's the star, but I know that he's a supporting guy. It's worth watching, dude. Whether it be Apollo 13, Flatliners was a great movie. They made a remake of that movie. I don't know why, but Flatliners was a brilliant movie with Kiefer Sutherland and Julia Roberts back in the day. Kevin
Hey.
Bacon was amazing in that.
Everybody put got to give us $1 in super chat every time Mike says back in the day.
Oh,
Back
I know.
in the day. Every time you say that, we do a shot.
Oh, I have $1 thing with my daughter, Ava, my 8th grader, who's not going to go to high school, Health Careers High School next year. She doesn't want me calling her baby anymore.
Oh, really?
Come here, baby. Yeah, stuff like that. And I told her I'd give her $1 every time that I said the word baby around her. And the other day she caught me with that. And I literally pulled out the wallet and gave her $1. I actually had it on me.
She's getting older now. She said, no more baby dad.
Yeah, Shakateros has a few good men. How about this one, Crazy Stupid Love? You know, he plays the guy that the main character's wife is starting to see. God, I forgot his name. That's a great movie, dude. The ending where the fight between the four of them at the end of the movie, great scene. Great scene.
Look at Joy-Con. Give me a movie every time Joe says, you know.
You know. Well, we all have our phrases that we sometimes uh just fall back on for whatever reason. That's
Yeah.
fine. Or whatever
Very
reason.
nice.
Or
No, yours is also very nice.
I've
Very
stopped that
nice.
because you called me on that one, Joe. You caught me on that one.
Very nice.
$5 for me and Chica.
Another one.
Hand on the fist says back in the day is the lowest form of conversation. Well, no, some things are back in the day. I hate to say it.
Was it 6 degrees of separation, right? That's what it was called.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon,
Yeah.
which is true. That's a great thing.
You know what you need
Hand
to
on
see?
the fist. Hand on the fist says my MJ has never seen Dirty Dancing. I've seen Dirty Dancing. I have.
Have you seen any
It's
Rambo
not bad.
movies?
Rambo?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad took me to those movies growing up. First
All
Blood.
of them.
I've seen First Blood, and I've seen the second Rambo. I think there was a third one.
There's a third one where he's in the desert. Yeah.
No, I never saw the desert one.
Yeah. That
Now
was kinda
I
rough.
will say this though: growing up, my dad was really big into Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. So chances are, if it had those two guys in it, I was watching that movie with my dad.
Getcha. Yeah.
You know, I remember. Terminator 2. Those I saw growing up. I saw the Rambo movies, Over the Top, the Rocky movies. Those I saw growing up. So Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, I saw as a kid. But Joe, Spurs taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're thinking gentleman sweep. Spurs in
Gentlemen
5.
sweep. Yeah, Spurs in 5 is what I'm thinking, man.
Let me ask you this, Joe. Is everybody Team Mitch now? Because if he leads this team to the Western Conference Finals, even if they went to the Western Conference Finals and got swept, not saying that's going to happen, but we make it to the Western Conference Finals, and we're in essentially the NBA's version of the Final Four. There cannot be any more complaints about Mitch Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Like we now have to put him on the level. Like if he makes it to the Western Conference Finals, do we look at him and think to ourselves, that guy is an elite coach or a top 10 coach in the NBA?
Well,
Or
yeah.
is it that, oh well, he just has a lot of talent around that team? Because no one thought this talent, Joe, was going to go beyond 45 to 46 wins this year.
Well, nobody wanted to have Mitch named as the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Real talk. If we look at revisionist history, right? When the Spurs were looking for coaches, everybody was sent throwing out names, right?
Mike
Old
Malone.
talking heads, right? Old heads. Mike Malone and some of these other coaches that have been retired, or hey, let's go pick somebody else's coach from
Right.
them, let's go
Steve
poach
Kerr.
them. Yeah, get Steve Kerr, whatever. Because there's a lot of coaches that if we look at in the NBA right now, they're part of the coaching tree, right? Because there's been a lot of coaches come out of San Antonio. Mitch Johnson was not on anybody's bingo card. Let's be honest. And then when the Spurs announced, you know what? We're going to go ahead and go with him. Spurs fans were a mixed bag. Some were happy. Others were just like, this is not it. Like, the guy doesn't really have a lot of experience as being a head coach. But you know what? In hindsight here, Mike, the Spurs made the right move because you know what? One thing that he did have, he had his youth and he had his enthusiasm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that translated well to the team because the team likes Mitch, right? They love their coach. They love Mitch. And he knows how to talk with them. He's kind of in that same genre as them, right? He's not so old, like 70, where there's really not much you got in common,
Right.
So it's a different aura about him, right? He has that youthful energy. But you're looking at him and what he's done this season without Coach Pop and without everybody else pulling the strings. He brought in his own staff. If he gets this team beyond the second round, and even beyond that, they go into the third or they even go to the finals. We're talking about he got the Spurs to the playoffs. They haven't been here in 7 seasons. you look at Mitch and you got to tell yourself he was a good get. He's probably one of the better young coaches that's right now in the NBA. So the Spurs, they did good.
He had been in the building also for the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
With the Austin Spurs, assistant coach with the Spurs. And when he got picked up, people were like, well, just have him as a 1-year deal or whatever, or, things like that. And like, no, coaches need to have stability. We still don't know the details of his contract. How did the Spurs not release that? Does anybody know? Did he sign a 5-year deal, 3-year deal? Do we know? And
we don't even know how much he's getting paid. We don't know nothing.
Isn't that stupid? Isn't that stupid that the Spurs kept that under wraps? But the belief was that if he did not get picked up by the Spurs, somebody else would have gotten him. I believe it was the Washington Wizards that were knocking on his door and looking to see if he was available. So he was a hot commodity because, again, he's part of the Pop coaching tree. And we've seen the success coming out of Pop when it comes to these other coaches. But Mitch Johnson was exactly what I wanted, Joe. And there was somebody who reached out to me on Twitter the other day. And they were like, hey, man, you didn't like Mitch Johnson going on. You kind of questioned that pick. No, dude. I lobbied for 2 years while Pop was on the bench on local media to get rid of him for a guy in his 30s. How much heat did I get back in the day, Joe, from Spurs fans saying Pop should stay as long as he wants to stay?
No. Even before you, I said it too when I was on the Ticket 760 AM.
Yeah.
I remember I tweeted it out, and I remember our old friend Jeff Garcia rolled with it, and it caused a lot of controversy all across Spurs Twitter at the time. I said, you know what? It's time for Coach Pop to step down. The game kind of passed him by already. It's time for him to step down. We need new leadership. And everybody raked me over coals for that one.
And for the two of us to be standing out there, and now because we were right, and that new blood was needed.
We were 4 years right before he quit.
If Pop was still coach of this team, and let's say that he didn't have his stroke and he's 80 years old coach of this team, he wouldn't be in the position that Mitch Johnson's in. He wouldn't have gotten the most out of Castle or Harper. Harper and Bryant would be in the Austin Spurs, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Coach Pop wasn't going to step down, Mike. He was not going to step down anytime soon. He was going to keep going, and Mitch would have never got the opportunity that he had if things hadn't happened the way they did, right?
Right.
Coach Pop, he had already made it clear, I'm going to keep going. I promised these guys, and but the team wasn't getting any better. That's the problem.
So Handle and Fist comes out with a comment here. I want to address this. On our chat, powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera, says, MJ never lobbied for Mitch. He just wanted Pop gone, no solutions.
That's not true.
First of all, when the answer was Mitch Johnson and everyone was pissed off, what did I say? Give him a chance.
Yeah, give him a chance.
I didn't call, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't call Mitch Johnson by name. I didn't call him by name. But when I saw the Spurs hired a 38-year-old man, or 38-year-old man was going in as the acting coach when Pop went down, and then after he led the Spurs to just a handful of wins, if you will, because the Spurs had another losing record, and everyone was like, okay, well, now that season's over, let's move on. No different than like Tiago Splitter with Portland. He's gone. What's his name, Joe? Gone. And the Spurs fans wanted Mitch Johnson gone after he had his Tiago Splitter type of moment. Tiago Splitter taking over for Chauncey Billups, who's now being investigated for gambling. He was thrown into the fire, and Portland's going to move on. Spurs fans wanted the Spurs to move on from Mitch Johnson. They're like, we'll get Mike Malone. Go get this guy. Go get Borrego from Purgatory. All that stuff, right? And I was like, no, give Mitch Johnson a chance. Give him a chance to have his offseason, to hire his own coaching staff, to have his own training camp, to have his own draft. Give Mitch a chance. And for those out there who are like, Jimenez didn't want Mitch Johnson, was never on train, F you. F you guys, man. You know where I was at. I was the one who wanted Pop gone. Did I say I wanted them to get Mitch Johnson? No, but the second they hired him, I was on the Mitch team train from the get-go, from the very minute. And you know what? We have receipts because every single one of our shows is on YouTube, and 3,061 subscribers can go check them out. on YouTube. So no, man,
Stop
it's
the
funny.
cap.
No, I meant to do
It-
that one.
It's funny, man. It's funny because everyone's like, "Oh well, that was just the way that it should have been," and it's kind of like if I'm ever right, they always say, "Well, it was just common sense." He meant is even when they disagree with me. When I was like, "You know what? The Spurs should tank for that Wemby guy. The Spurs should try to lose every game possible for that
Take
Wemby
the
guy."
Wemby.
No, man, we're team playing, we're team hooping, right? And I was there going, no, that's not the way you should be. Then the Spurs get Wemby, and everyone's like, well, that was the thing they should have done all along. We all knew that, Jimenez. Oh, well, you know what? The Spurs are going to be better off without Pop. No, he's the GOAT. He can leave whatever he wants to leave. Spurs are better without Pop. Well, I mean, that's common sense, Michael. The Spurs should, get Castle in the draft. They should, that's the person they should go for. No, they should look at these other players over here. They get Castle, wins Rookie of the Year. Well, I mean, that was all common sense. He meant everything that I'm right, Joe, is common sense, right? But they all disagree with me, man.
Man, you're capping so
Stop the
hard,
cap.
bro. You're capping so hard today, man.
Hey, man, I'm bringing up receipts, baby. Bringing up receipts. When it comes to the Spurs, I don't bat 1,000, but I bat about 850. So,
Oh, no, you know what? This is my favorite excerpt from you because I want to play this because you're saying all these things, but I have a receipt here that I'd like to play for everybody.
You moron!
It was a punt. This is a signal that the Spurs have no intention of winning this season, and it's a punt into the future.
it was. Look, why are you playing a sound of a show in which I spoke the truth and I was right?
They're punty.
How many wins did they get that year? 34? So you're telling me that I was wrong?
Oh.
I said that when the Spurs traded for or signed rather Chris Paul, that was a signal that it was going to be a rebuilding year.
Why are you smiling? Chancla.
Joy-Con DraftKings basically say that I'm what's it called? What's it called? Is it Sex Panther? 66% of the time, MJ is right every time.
You look at Jason. Oh crap, Joe has the receipt. I have the receipt.
Oh, the Spurs should not tank. That's not the Spurs way. We tanked for Duncan. No, we
No.
didn't.
What
we
What
did.
does Spurs fans say? What was the
I
old
think
acronym,
that-
Mike? Built, not brought. That you can't say that no more, Mike. You can't say that no more. Oh
To
god.
answer Carter Bryant's question from earlier this week, yes, I do know ball. Or I'm just lucky a lot. That's funny. JHSB saying they're rage baiting you, Mike.
You, Mike.
Hey, it's the first. Hey, we forgot to play. It's Friday.
Oh yeah. We'll play that right
Greg
now.
Casanuela. His 99-cent super check got fixed. It's now $4.99.
Here comes the money.
There you go. $4.99. Thank you, Greg. And he says
It's-
it's Friday and I'm broke no more. Cheers to the second round. We'll play the song for you.
All right, brother.
It's Friday, and I'm broke. My check better not be short.
And that check better not be short because it is
Dude.
Friday. It's the weekend. Where we drinking?
My check was choked today, man.
Oh,
Company
no.
called me yesterday saying, "Hey, we sent your commissions to a different firm. We're going to have to reroute it to you. We'll pay you next week." Is what my
No,
check told me.
bro.
But you know what?
No.
It's also, Joe, especially for those who are teachers and those with the assistants. It's the first of the month.
Come on, it's the EBT. Don't be lying, Mike. EBT. All the single moms driving out there in the Nissan Altimas, going out there to go get the groceries. Come on.
Greg showing us that the 99-cent super chat still
Here
works on
comes the
his
money.
computer. Hey, Greg, we do appreciate the
Thank you, Greg.
the support. Really, we do, because all this money gets collected and it goes into our equipment. I know Joe's going to be sending me some new gear.
Yeah, you need new
Uh,
gear. You know what you need? I need to get your address afterwards because I need to send you the little mic, the lapel mics that I'm going to buy you. There's 2 of them in case you ever have a guest on the road. But you need these because, man, I'm tired of you trying to go ahead and do the show with the headset or trying to, no, bro. Just plug this into the iPhone. You put the little mic here on your collar and
the
you're
Lav.
good.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
you're good.
I like Chris Gonzalez saying every broke guy at the end of the month is hugging their torta. Got to keep her close.
Hey man, this food ain't gonna buy itself, bro. Look, we got another incoming super chat.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And this is from Tony Renales. Thank you for the 199 super chat. I need a Friday Chancla video, please. Okay. We'll go ahead and give you the Friday Chancla video.
Very, 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 very nice. Sam Salinas was reaching out to us, letting us know that speaking of Bone Thugs and Harmony, because we were talking about first of the month,
Yeah.
yes, the 30th anniversary of the release of Crossroads. We getting effing old boys, he says. I'll see you at the Crossroads. I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. I saw with Chica one of our first dates. So again, she was living in Conroe in the Houston area. I was living in West Bexar County in the San Antonio area. We met online. We had our first date, and I tried bringing her to San Antonio for the first time. And the first thing that we did was we went to a Bone Thugs and Harmony concert. Ice Cube also performed, and it was over at the Frostbank Center. And I tell you what, man, even if you weren't smoking pot, you were walking out high, man. The whole place billowed with pot smoke. It was amazing.
And Mikey, we're in the concert and you were going secondhand. You got secondhand high.
Correction, I got firsthand high.
Okay.
We have a
well,
$2 super chat coming on in from
Money
Jason
talk.
Garcia.
Here comes the money.
there you go, Jason. Thank you for the 199 super chat.
Here's $2 from Mike's mini mic. I like it.
The mini mic.
I like that. I like it's called the mini mic.
They're saying
30 years.
let Sean Quintero call in.
I like when Mike raps, is what Tony says.
Oh my God. My favorite is Jeremiah Love.
Mario Cavazos killing the vibe right now with "It's Gonna Be May" because it's May 1st and it's Justin
God.
Timberlake Day. So it's Justin Timberlake Day, kind of like Groundhog Day, comes around once a year.
And we got another incoming super chat.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He says 199. This is Greg Castanella for Sean's own super chat, by the way, because Sean was saying he needs his own super chats.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what? The thing is, to get your super chats here on YouTube, you have to meet a lot of criteria before they let you do that. You have to have so many hours of play time and so many views and all that kind of stuff. And we actually had crossed that threshold long before we even had 1,000 subscribers. So we're already collecting super chats way before then, which was kind of weird because a lot of channels don't get that opportunity to do that. Even channels with 3,000 plus subscribers don't even have the watch hours to still get the super chats. And we had done that, I think, like a couple episodes, like I think it was 100 or 200 episodes in, at the time. We had already done that before we even hit 1,000. So we were just that good, Mike. We were just that good.
Well, I mean, it's also the viewership. It's funny because
Yeah.
when we look at the stats of people who watch this show, the average is like 20 some odd minutes,
Yeah.
which
pretty
for
good.
a podcast is a long time, man. Most people tune into a podcast for 3, 4, 5 minutes and then bounce or they zoom through it or whatever.
Yeah.
But for us to get people who go cover to cover, we have people who go cover to cover every day, and that's amazing. We really appreciate the audience that we have and the super chats that we get. More than 3,000 subscribers strong. And now we're getting people who are like, damn it, we didn't realize this podcast existed earlier in the Spurs season.
Yeah.
We'll be around for Cowboys. We'll be around for Longhorn football and Arch Manning and all that stuff. So we're good, man. We have fun doing what we do, man.
And look,
This show's not going anywhere anytime soon.
JHNSB says, how much do we have to donate per stream for you to quit your job, Joe? We're about halfway there right now from what we're making, honestly, with super chats and our sponsors up, and then we're getting new sponsors potentially coming in as well. We're about halfway there. We could hit a magic number, soon here. That might be something that I might consider, doing full time so we can really propel the show forward. Because really, man, y'all don't know the effort and time that it takes to go ahead and put on this show. Like behind the scenes, I've kind of got backed up because work's been so busy, but uploading episodes to YouTube, that takes like about an hour per episode, right? Getting the graphics ready to go, doing the SEO stuff, like, doing the show description as far as the show notes, the tags, putting stuff up on YouTube, even trying to create short video content, and put that up. It takes a lot of people to do this thing, man. And it's like, I can't do it all on my own. So we are going to start getting some help here soon. But I mean, it takes a lot of effort. People don't understand the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes once the show is over, Mike. Mike has the easy part. He just shows up. He just shows up.
That's only 3/5 of the time.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because I honestly just turn on the computer and just start talking to you, or I show up to your house and
There
start
you
talking.
go.
I never fall through or anything like that. You know, you do the heavy lifting of the show. We do understand that, man.
Yeah.
But going back to the NBA playoffs, I'm excited about the Rockets Lakers game tonight. When I say that I'm cheering for the Rockets, not because I'm cheering for them, it's because I want to see misery on both sides.
Yeah.
I don't know who I hate more. Do I hate the Rockets more, or do I hate the Lakers more? Neither one of them are going to make it past Oklahoma City. But to me, as a Spurs fan, I have to ask myself the question: which team is going to give Oklahoma City more fits?
Yeah.
I'm going to push it to a 6-game series, because wouldn't that be Houston? I mean, should we be cheering for Houston to advance? Because at least they have a puncher's chance against the Thunder, where you know what, there might be a night where Reed Shepherd goes off. There might be a night where Smith or Şengün have a big night. Like, should we be cheering for that? Because they at least have athleticism.
Yeah.
The Lakers have a 41-year-old aging great leading that team. I almost think that we should cheer for the Rockets on this series to pull off history.
It would be interesting. Nonetheless, I'm sure that this would be the Rockets fan equivalent of the Super Bowl, for their NBA team. Because then this would be a big accomplishment for them. But again, when teams notoriously do this, it's only in the first round. Then you get to the second round. It doesn't bode well.
No.
Of course, who's waiting for them? In the second round of the playoffs, with the winner between the Lakers and the Rockets. Who do they get the honor of playing, Mike?
OKC. And
it-
I would think that Houston would have a better chance of at least making it tough. Because if the Lakers play the OKC is going to win 4 or 5. Just stretch it to 6 is all I'm asking. I know that they're not going to lose that series.
Yeah, the Lakers don't play, and the Lakers and Rockets aren't going to play OKC. It was the winner between the Suns game.
Right.
Well, the Suns was OKC, so they went and won. They dispatched the Suns. So now the winner is going to play OKC. But even if they play them, I mean, OKC is probably going to dispatch them easily, right? And move on. So
I just wanted to go to 6 games. Just go to 6 games. Make it a little bit of a series, not a gentleman's sweep. Make it a little bit of a series and just make it interesting, I guess is what I'm saying. What I don't want is OKC to be, they're rested for 5 or 6 days while the Spurs are in a 6 or 7 game series with Minnesota. Yeah. The Spurs shouldn't be in a big series with Minnesota because they're not as talented as the Spurs are.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, what if Julius Randle clamps down on somebody? Or what if the Spurs have too many weapons?
Yeah.
And Jaden McDaniels, for as great of a series as he's had, he's a little bit of a pest. As great of a series as he's had, he averaged 18 points in the series. Let's not pretend like he was going off for 30 points per game. He had one 30-point game, which was last night. But you add up all the points that he had for this series, 18 points per game. I mean, just put it in perspective. By the way, Sportico released a stat that I found to be very interesting about the Wolves versus the Nuggets.
Yeah.
His name is Lev Akabas. He's with Sportico, one of the writers with him. He says, did you know the Denver Nuggets were the best 3-point shooting team in the regular season by far? But when it came to 3-pointers, the Nuggets shot just 32% from 3 in the first round, which was the lowest of all teams in the NBA playoffs. The Wolves shot 45% from 3. So the best 3-point shooting team couldn't make a 3 in the first round, and they lost the series. Boston Celtics, the 3 games that they have won in the first round against the Sixers, they've made 40% or more of those 3 games. The 3 games that they've lost, they've shot 29% or less from 3. You live by the 3, you die by the 3, and that's why I like the Spurs' chances in the playoffs is because they do more than just that.
Yeah, but they shoot threes too. They shoot threes too.
Hey, man, I'm not saying that they can't do both, but have a mixture of things. You don't want to be just throwing fastball, because all the Celtics do is what? Just chunk up threes. That's all they do. Well, look up their stats from last night. I'm gonna see if I'm exaggerated or not, because they lost to the Sixers last night, and this was a game that everyone thought, oh, they're gonna put it to bed. This isn't gonna go 7. You're not gonna have this matchup. The Sixers not gonna compete with them, and you see them lose last night, 106-93. The Celtics scored 93 points, and Tatum went out with an injury at some point in the game. But last night, the Celtics shot the ball 86 times. 3 times from the three-point line, 41. 41 three-pointers, 45 two-pointers. They were 12 for 41 from 3, 29%. They were 42% from the field overall. That's not going to get it done. Meantime, the Sixers were 44% from the field and 33% from 3. Not much better, but good enough.
Yeah.
Look at the Celtics, 3-pointers, right? They had 4 starters with 5 attempts or more: Hauser, Tatum, White, and Brown. And then they had off the bench Pritchard go off for 8 3-pointers. Peyton Pritchard is a really good player, by the way. Can light it up. 1 for 8 for 3. Tatum, 2 for 6. Jaylen Brown, 2 for 6. It wasn't going to. So those 3 players who are their 3 best 3-point shooters, Tatum, Brown, and Pritchard, they were combined 5 for 20. Didn't get it done. They live by the 3, they die by the 3. Tony Analysis reaches out to us and says, Spurs need to make sure Randall and McDaniels don't get hot. Well, they're not going to get hot from 3. So, I mean, just from an EFG standpoint, it's okay if one of them goes off. You can't have multiple players go off, though.
I like this comment here because you gave yourself the nickname Mike Stradamus, because I came up with Joe Stradamus and it just took off in our little chat. So now when Mike's right, he says he's Mike Stradamus.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some stuff coming into the media share that I wanted to share here with everybody as well. Friend of the show here, Matt Gomez, had shared some stuff with us. And apparently this is the FIFA World Cup trophy, Mike, made an appearance here and in San Anto. So look at that. Looks very nice there, man.
I like it.
Apparently, they said this sucker's made out of pure gold. So
24 karat magic in the
24
air.
Yeah. And he said Toyota Field is going to go international here. Is this posted just a little while ago by San Antonio FC? Says San Antonio FC is going to, over at Toyota Field, they're going to host an international friendly between Saudi Arabia and Senegal men's national teams on Tuesday, June 9th. So there you go. A little bit of international play out there for the people over at Toyota Field.
Joe, they're asking me to pick a winner for the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, my God.
Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. I guess it's this weekend, right?
You're going to pick him the way that my cousin picked him? She says, I like that pony because of the way he prances.
Yeah, my favorite one that people say is, hey, man, if that horse takes a dump on the way to the paddock, on the way out of the paddock to the gates.
That's the winner.
That's the winner. Okay, so here's the thing. Velasquez is my favorite jockey. I don't care if Velasquez is riding my dog, Allie, on the track. He's going to be in the top 3. Velasquez is a stud. I've won money off of that guy forever. Pletcher is the best trainer. So if you see the horse is being trained by Pletcher, you want to bet that guy. And then Bob Baffert is the other big trainer, but they cheat. So Velasquez, whoever horse Velasquez is on, whatever horse Pletcher trained, get those 2 as part of the exacta box. Pick a Baffert horse and then pick a long shot, like a 17-18-1, and box those 4 exacta box. Make it happen. That is how you make more money. If you want to make more money, you can also give me a call at 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369. I've been a financial advisor in the San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, Austin, Hill Country area, Corpus Christi area since 2005, 21 years. Give me a call at 210-508-0369. I handle everything from investment accounts, retirement to life insurance to long-term care to disability, and soon, beginning next month, auto and homeowners insurance. 210-508-0369. Here's the thing. People ask me all the time, like, what are you working on today? I am working on a case today where I have a military member who is retired and I'm trying to teach this person how to get a same return in the market with reduced volatility, which means not so much up and down. Okay. I told this client the other day, which is better, 10% return or 9% return? They go, okay, well, 10, right? Well, what if it took this much risk to get to 10, but this much risk to get to 9? Which is the better account? And they go, oh, I can get a similar return with a lot less volatility. That's how I handle things, man. Give me a call. 210-508-0369. Let's also show some love to our good friends over at Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. One of our ride or dies. They help sponsor our show.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. And there we go. Shout out to the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio, because they're always coming through for us here, as they did host our NFL draft party that we had a little over a week ago, which was really nice. You know, we had a great time out there, and thank you to everybody who came out and made the event a success. We look forward to doing another event, which means that I have to go ahead and get on the ball, Mike. I got to get ready to go ahead and make a new graphic, because we're going to have our last event over at the Hard Rock. And you know what that's going to be?
What's
NBA
that?
draft.
Oh, very nice. I like that, Joe. I like that. By the way, it happened again last night. Caitlin Clark got hurt.
Who?
Caitlin Clark, the star of the WNBA, got knocked out of the preseason game yesterday because someone Zaza Pachulia at her ankle. She walked off the court on her own, but didn't come back after that whole incident. She was shooting a three-pointer. The opponent slid her leg underneath. It was called for a foul. They reviewed it. They called it a flagrant one. But already, Joe, season hasn't even started, and the big megastar of the WNBA is already getting nicked up. Did it look dirty?
Maybe.
Not as bad as all the other times that she gets hit. JJSP says Caitlin Clark is the Derrick Rose of the WNBA. People are asking, when's the No Mike Beach party? When's that going to be, Joe?
The No Jimenez Beach Bash, that's happening in June the 13th, I believe, through the 15th. And that's where I'm going to be hanging out with the boys out here with Sean and Alex and Jen and Michelle. We're all going to go out there and have a good time. And Corpitos.
I got no invite, Joe.
Well, you're going to be out of the country. We're going to be out here possibly watching the Spurs in the NBA Finals.
You could have chosen a different date. That's what I'm saying.
I had done this way ahead of time. And then you decided, oh, I'm going to go on vacation too. And I'm like, oh, God.
Again, it's not a vacation. It is a honeymoon.
Well, it's vacation / honeymoon. That's what I call it. So that's on you.
All right. So updating our poll on Twitter, asking the question, as a Spurs fan, how worried are you about the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 2?
Yeah.
47% saying not at all. 53 votes now in. 45% saying a little worried. 8% saying very worried. Chichi and Patho reaches out and says, not going to guarantee victory or anything crazy. Just ready for the challenge. Ready, excited, impatient. Tip it off right now already. Israel reaches out and says, they beat Denver with scrubs. That's a good way of putting it. Ski Mask says that this is going to be similar to playing the Portland Trailblazers. Puro Pincha Sports says Spurs in 5. And our good friend David Otwater says he's a little worried because Denver is a badass team, but still thinks Spurs in 5. Thank you for all the comments.
Spurs in 5. They were saying that you had a runoff here in your own poll because we said not at all. I had said it not at all, and then you have a little worried So
Yeah.
that's kind of close. That's a close race, Mike. Got to keep an eye on that. You know what I wanted to do too? I wanted to go ahead and give some love to one of our friends here. Myra just told me the other day that yesterday she hit 2K followers on her
Nice.
X. So congratulations to her. If you haven't followed her, make sure you follow her now. And the other person that I want you guys to follow is our own boy over here, and that would be our friend Sean Quintero. We need to get Sean to over 100, bro. We really do. So if you all are watching, can you all go ahead and please follow our boy Sean Quintero? He's at Sean Q 1977. Give Sean a follow. He's at 51. I want to see if we can get him to at least 100. You know, we got enough people in here. So if y'all can just go ahead and give my boy a follow, I'd greatly appreciate it. I want to get Sean to 100. That's the goal. Let's get him to 100.
Let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen. Joe, we're at over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Very, very nice, man. Very, 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 very nice. The idea, Joe, if we get to 5,000, would be amazing. I was talking to Chica about this the other day.
Yeah.
You know, because when it comes to podcasts in San Antonio for what we do, is there another podcast that kind of does it the way that we do? Because how would you describe our show?
It's Puro San Antonio, dude. We talk about stuff that happens here locally, you know, whether it be good or bad. But, you know, even getting into the political world a little bit, like we did with the mayoral race, right, with Gina Ortiz, and then the debacle that was Project Marvel and all that. So we talk a lot about things that are happening in our own backyard, plus sports, entertainment, and pop culture. And, you know, there's other, you know, people that do what we do, but I think we do it better than they do it. You know, and I think we're entertaining to watch. We're pretty good together. Everybody has a good time. It's like guys sitting down at the barber shop, right? You're getting your hair faded, and what? You're talking to the group. That's exactly what this is.
And I find it interesting that, like, there's some cross pollination going on. There are those who listen to In the Building.
Yeah.
There are those who listen to, you know, Matt Larama's post game Twitter streams, things like that. There's people who listen to other podcasts that involves the Spurs, whether it be you know, Jeff Garcia's new venture, Locked On Spurs, things like that, right? There's some cross pollination, but I think we hold our own very, very well, Joe. It's a variety show, and I was telling Chica the other day, like, there should be a simulcast of this show at some point. Like, we need to branch out to something else. Once we get to about 4,000 or 5,000 for next year's Spurs season, at that point, if we come up and we say, hey, we have 5,000 subscribers, 4,000, 5,000 subscribers, and our numbers are this, at that point, I think we can actually branch out and do other things and make it and blow it the F up at that point. But we appreciate everything that we've got going on. We've changed our model. You know, we've kind of made it a little bit more corporate a little bit. We don't cuss as much anymore.
No more demon time with Mike.
I know. We're making it more accessible because people loved it and people hated it. And I saw a TV show yesterday. I was watching Bar Rescue. And so there's two things that Chica and I have on TV when we're just folding clothes, we're just, you know, washing dishes. It's just mindless TV. Like when I'm working, I put
Something
Modern
in the
Family
background.
on. I put Modern Family on, or I put on Get Up or whatever, and it just goes on the rest of the day, right?
But if it's one of your favorite episodes of Modern Family, you watching that, Mike?
I do. I do. So we had Bar Rescue on last night because we're moving, right? We're moving to our new house and we're packing up. In fact, I see Chica and her mom over here. They're putting stuff in boxes right now. And it's a very stressful time, right? So yesterday we were putting together our we put together boxes of clothes that we were going to donate to Goodwill, clothes that we were going to give or that we were going to try to trade off with at the thrift stores, right? You know, those high-end thrift stores. You know, they might give you store credit or whatever case it maybe, you know, like for nicer brands. So we're putting those all together. We're putting clothes away and throwing away T-shirts and giving away T-shirts and all that stuff, right? And I'm watching Bar Rescue, and they're talking about this one guy who has a bar that is afraid to piss off his current base of customers. And I was thinking about our show when Taffer said this. John Taffer from Bar Rescue was saying, when modifying your business don't always think about your current client base. Think about the ones that aren't clients. Like you're not like you can't make everybody happy, right? So for those who enjoyed Demon Time, for those who enjoyed the more cursing and all that stuff, we have to think about those who don't listen to the show, who because it's about numbers, right?
Yeah.
It's about numbers. And I heard John Taffer's words yesterday say you can't only always think about those who are already customers. You got to think about those who are not customers, who are going to be new
Yeah.
ones and may want to build the base bigger. But I was telling Chica that there's some shows here in town that might do a paywall and stuff like that. And I find it interesting how people try to monetize what they do in this space.
Yeah.
And we're not doing a paywall. We get super chats.
Yeah. No, we're not doing stuff like that. There's other ways to get money, make money, by doing what we do, and that's super chats, getting sponsors, getting monetized. So we leave it up to the listener really to go ahead and help us, do what we continue to do. And that's the way it should be. Right? You don't want to have to put everything behind a paywall and all that, because then you're going to lose like half your listener base, because people aren't going to even pay it like $1 a month to listen to you, because now you're behind
Right.
a paywall. It kind of upsets them. You leave it up to them. If they want to donate $1, $2, whatever, and every little bit, it adds up at the end of the month, and it does help, pay the bills and whatnot. So thank you to everybody who's watched us and got us over 3,000, because without the support of all the listeners that we have and our regulars here, we couldn't do what we do. So
Yeah.
we really appreciate all you all do for us.
Dude, I was trying to get an article online the other day. Dude, even CNN.com has a paywall.
Yeah.
And I'm like nothing pisses me off more than a paywall. So JHNSB says don't ever do a members only stream. Stupid. Stupid. That's what it is, man.
Yeah. Everybody got this notification too just a little while ago. I know I did on the iPhone that I have here. And it's just saying that now the flash flood watch or warning has been pushed up. So first they said it was going to end at 10. Then it got pushed back to like 12. And now I look at the new alert, and now we're looking at a flash flood warning or watch or whatever going into effect all the way until 3. The rain don't stop. It rained. It started raining. It never stopped, Mike. This is giving me PTSD from way back in, I think it was the late 90s, early 2000s, where we had the 100-year flood.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? It just started raining and never stopped, and everything got flooded. It's like, this kind of reminded me about the same thing. Okay, it rained. I think it's going to stop, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. It's like, are we going to have to traverse San Antonio in boats? I mean, what's going on, man?
I mean, hey, man, whatever helps the Edwards Aquifer out, which is at 235.4. You got to get that above
Yeah.
about 660. It's at 635.4. Don't complain, man, because I enjoy my time here in Conroe because everything is so green. And the reason why everything's so green is because it rains all the damn time over here. It's I guess it's the moisture from the Gulf.
Yeah.
It rains a lot over here. I was in San Antonio the other day, and it's just like a lot of the land is there, like in Floresville and Pleasanton and all that stuff. It's scorched. Like, it's been a while since it's rained a lot, man.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 105 degrees soon enough, man. Enjoy the cool weather. Enjoy the rain. Just avoid the lower level of 35 downtown. You'll be fine, man. Turn around, don't drown.
Yeah.
Everyone knows where it floods in San Antonio. No one should be surprised by Pin Road,
Highway 90,
flooding,
Pin Road, like over here
35
off
lower, 35
151.
lower level. The roadway over by Los Patios on the northeast side, McAllister Park. It's the same areas every day.
Rodriguez
every year
Park
it
always
floods.
gets flooded over here by old Highway 90, right before you get to the Wolf Stadium.
Yeah.
Always getting flooded there too, man. And the news crews, they're already out there and about, at the low water crossing over here off of Penn Road and 151. They already had somebody out there. Oh, look at all the water on the road. I'm like, it's a low water crossing. Come on. Come on, man. Really. You all go to the low water crossings on purpose to try to scare the people. It's the only road in town, Mike.
I'm laughing from a couple of weeks ago when I was driving from San Antonio to Conroe, and I was in Schulenburg, and it was like this really bad storm. I couldn't see, and there were like 50 cars, no lie, on the side of the road. And I'm like, I'm keeping. my phone is going off saying get off the road. It's really bad weather and all that
God.
stuff. My road assistance was not working because the sensors were saying cannot see the lines on the road.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing cars parked to the side. Even the cops had pulled over. And I'm calling Chica. Chica's like, you got a big boy truck. Just keep going.
Get your ass over here.
And you know how much it rained that day in Schulenburg? 8.1 inches.
She said,
And it
I
all
don't
happened
care.
while driving through.
She's like, I don't care. Put it in 4-wheel drive and get home, Mike.
That's exactly what she said. Dude. She goes, you're not driving your Tacoma anymore. You got a big boy Dodge. Get your Dodge Rebel.
This is so stupid too. Look at Far West Texas. Says Joe, people still driving to the crossing and Penn. I don't get it, man. Like
That's Penn and West Military, right?
it's Penn and off of here,
Well,
right off of
90.
151 and Penn Road.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
it's dumb because it is near Military Drive, but people still go through those low water crossings. They know better, and they're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try and make it. No, that ain't gonna happen. I did that one time. I tried to think about that. And it was when I worked at Citibank, right? So when I was going out here past Petranco and 1604, right? You're going down Petranco where it hit 1604. You're going farther than that to hit Citibank Drive, right? There used to be a low water crossing there because before all those houses out there was nothing but farmland, right? Just farms and open, what they call it, senderos and all that kind of stuff, right? Monte, the way people in San Antonio like to call it. And there was a low water crossing there. And it was only one of the only ways that you could get there. You either go that way or you have to go all the way around and get on 90 and then go the back way. So I had this Ford Edge pickup truck. It's kind of raised up a little bit, but that's the way the truck came. And I saw this one truck, right, almost similar to mine, go through the low water crossing. And they were having trouble, Mike. And I was like, nah, man, this ain't it. I turned around, dude. They made it through, but the car, it started going through the low water crossing. And then it kind of started moving to the left a little bit. And they were trying hard, man, flooring that sucker. And they finally made it, it got traction and they made it up the little embankment. But I'm like, nah, man, this ain't it. So I had to go the long way to get to work. It took me like an extra 15, 20 minutes. And I thought they're going to be mad at me. Man, they were just thrilled that I was there. Because little did I know that when I got there, there was hardly anybody there. Everybody was either late to work or calling in because they were having issues getting there because of all the low water crossings,
That's brutal, dude. That's brutal. We got I'm looking at all the closures in San Antonio, all the red dots.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, you got to give some love to P.F. Chang's La Cantera, our primary sponsor. And when you come back, Joe, I'll be right back in 30 seconds, all right?
Yeah, not a problem. P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. All right, so shout out to P.F. Chang's at La Cantera. What we want to do is also make you guys aware of the $8.99 signature cocktail collection that they got going on at P.F. Chang's. And like I've always said, it's probably the best value that they have there at the shops at La Cantera. Because if you go across right from where P.F. Chang's is located, they got a place called Haywire. And like Sean has famously said, two ladies went over there and they paid $53 for two lemon drop martinis. You across the way to P.F. Chang's. It's $8.99.
Dude, where Haywire is the kiss of death, man. It's been like 5 different restaurants in the last 10 years.
It's not even good over there. It ain't even good over there.
All right, road closures include Gas Road at Culebra Road, Old Grissom Road. Let's see here. Other road closures in San Antonio include Cagnan and at Medina River, Leslie Road on the northwest side. Yeah. We mentioned Old Grissom, North Loop LMC. On the south side, we've got on the southeast side, we've got Schultz Road at FM 327, Comanche Cross on the southwest side, also out. Lots of on 281. A lot of road closures in the whole Brook Hollow area. East Side. You got Fort Sam, Master Streets, all over the city, Joe. There's road closures all over the place, man. So turn around, don't drown. I know we joke about it all, but man, it happens all the time, dude. It happens
People
all the
think they
time.
can make it, bro, and they can't, man. I'm telling you, you just need like 4 or 5 inches of water, and it'll start moving a small vehicle. It can move a truck, especially if the water's going really fast at a healthy clip.
Mhm.
Don't do it, man, because then you got to pay for them to come out there and rescue you. On top of that, and then you get a fine on top of everything else. It
Yeah,
ain't worth it, man.
Santa needs this rain, though, man. Needs the water. Needs it for the aquifer. You don't want to be like Corpus Christi, who's literally running out of water right now. You
Jeez.
can't have that. Again, tonight, you had the Lakers against the Rockets. That's the big game in the Western Conference playoffs. We'll see if the Rockets can extend it to 7 games. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. More than likely on Monday, we'll be talking about game 1 of the Wolves and Spurs, because although it hasn't been official yet, not that I know of, but I believe Monday's game 1. At least that's what the NBA sites are kind of referencing. What is this?
Matt Gomez, because they had said, look what Matt did with the trophy, the World Cup trophy. And they show him running away with it because it's solid gold.
24 karat magic in the air.
I got you, Sam. I got you. I knew I was going to show it before the show ended.
It has been made official. The Spurs game 1 is Monday.
Yeah. They released the schedule, so it is going to be on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, So
So it's going to be a Western Conference final and an Eastern Conference semifinal. Both on the West semis, East semis, both begin on Monday. Joe, the spread is out.
What
Breaking
is it?
news.
8 points,
Higher.
10,
Higher.
15,
Spurs are favored by-
15.6.
Spurs are favored by 14.5.
Ooh, that's not bad. I'll take that.
14.5 point favorite. Over under just 217. So the Vegas believes the Spurs are going to win 116 to 101.
Okay. It's not bad. I mean,
Woo!
you know that, the Spurs are going to be up for that game because, for one, it's Fiesta night. So they're going to have the Fiesta colored shirts out again. They're going to have the Fiesta colored court out again. And you know what they're going to be saying? Y'all ready for this?
Hannah is asking, do you know what kind of aquifer San Antonio has? I don't know the differences between any type of aquifer other than is it like a limestone?
Yeah, so basically of course it's all underneath the ground and everything. So it's a limestone aquifer. So a lot of what happens above the surface gets filtered, right? So
Mhm.
we have a lot of mineral water, basically, right? So it has a lot of minerals in it. Supposedly, because it gets filtered by the limestone and everything, it's already pre-treated. So they go ahead and treat it before it gets to your homes and whatnot. But nonetheless, we have some of the best water here, I believe, in the state of Texas, right in our own backyard in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. Joe, enjoy your weekend. Everyone have a safe weekend. Stay indoors. Turn on Netflix, turn on Amazon Prime, watch the NBA playoffs, and stay home.
Everybody's like, wear your damn shirts.
and come to Conroe, or you can go to TJ Maxx and get the Spurs gear, man. They had a rack, Joe, with about 15 different Spurs items. And I
Wow.
ended up buying 5 of them.
You know what's weird, Mike? Before we end the show real quick, if you go to Houston and you go to like Ross or Marshalls and some of these other stores, why is it that they have like a lot of Spurs gear there for sale and it's cheap?
I
Like,
go to the Katie Mills outlet mall. Spurs gear all over the place, more than Rockets gear. It's funny.
yeah, it's odd to me. And they also have my Dallas Cowboy mug that I'm really proud of that I got. Sean was mad at me. He says, "Why didn't you get me one?"
Nice.
I was like, "Well, I have to get you one. Maybe I'll send one to Mike too."
Don't
All
worry,
right, man.
I'll Sharpie all over it. Have a fantastic weekend, Joe. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Hit the like button on the way out. Go Spurs, go! And when it comes to round 2, guess what? It's going to happen, Joe.
Spurs and fire.
Spurs and 5. We'll be back on Monday.
All right, you have a go, and we're out. Peace.